All right, guys, thank you for joining us today. This is Daniel the Adjuster, and hey, I just thought I'd get out in the beautiful sun today and talk to you a little bit about being discouraged as an adjuster. Now you're like, there's no way, Daniel, that you get discouraged. Well, stick around. We're going to talk about a few things. First of all, the big question, are you discouraged as an adjuster? Number two, are you new and you're wondering if you're ever going to find work? Number three, are you slow right now and you're wishing, man, could I find work? Could I get some more work? Number four, are you burned out? Are you just tired? Are you just worn out as an adjuster? And number five, stick around for the bonus. You don't want to miss it. So stick around, guys. I'm going to talk about these things, and stay tuned. You will learn a lot. We'll be right back. All right, guys, back. Here's number one. Are you discouraged as an adjuster? Now, it can get kind of tiresome day in, day out doing the same job. I hate to say it, but there's not a whole lot of difference between each day that I do my job. Yes, the claims can be different, meaning we deal with water one day, then a wind or a hail event the second one. Maybe we deal with a fire. The claims kind of vary a little bit, but it does become routine after a while. Now, there is a benefit to that, meaning that you can get really good at writing these claims because you see the same sort of damage over and over again. Now, another frustration you can be discouraged as an adjuster is the fact that the work is inconsistent. Some days you'll have 2 claims, other days you'll have 5, and it all depends on the location of these claims. I can't schedule these claims if I got an hour between each claim location. So sometimes you have to put them off a couple days because you're going about an hour and a half to a claim, and the others you can get locally, so you book those up. So it may force you to have to do more claims one day just because of the location of the damage. It's all part of the business, guys. You just have to get used to it. Now, one of the funny things that I have had to deal with is a lot of desk adjusters. They can be frustrating. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it can be discouraging at times when you have to talk to them and explain to them the damage that you know you saw. But our job is to dictate it properly so that even the simplest person that maybe doesn't have that experience can understand. Well, you can't leave out the fact that a positive attitude goes a long way. So just try to change your attitude when you're discouraged. Don't let your frustration show to the person on the other line or to the person that you are visiting for these inspections. A smile and a cheerful spirit will go a long way, even with the most difficult person. And as far as your firms are concerned, you also don't want to respond badly to your managers or potentially the personnel department at your firm. You have to have an extra mile attitude when it comes to them. You got to remember, they bring you work. If you frustrate them and make it difficult for them, they won't hire you again. It will end your job very quickly. So keep that in mind. When you're discouraged, try to go back to the beginning of why you wanted to be an independent. You have freedom. Freedom to make decisions, freedom to make your own schedule, freedom to make as much money as you want. Just remember that when you're discouraged. Also remember what it was like to be an employee. Do you remember the 40 hours of work and you're getting paid as almost the same as the person sitting next to you, and there's no way that you're going to get the bonus that you think you deserve no matter how hard you work? Try not to forget that, and that will encourage you as well. All right, back again. Hey, are you a new adjuster? This is number 2, reasons to be discouraged. Being a new adjuster is hard. It is so hard to break into this business and to find work. So stick around, we're going to go over that a little bit. Yes, it is hard to find work. You're brand new, you don't have the training, you don't have the experience, and everybody seems to say, hey, do you have 3 years experience? No, I can't get 3 years experience because nobody will give me a chance. Well, that can be discouraging, but just remember, every one of us started with day one with no experience. Yes, we may have had a little bit of experience, meaning a friend of ours was an adjuster, but we didn't have firm experience. So you got to remember, everyone got hired with no experience. You can too. Well, the problem with getting hired is that the first thing they look for is experience. Okay, experience not on the field necessarily, but when you are first getting started, they're looking for experience in the software. So get your training done. Get Xactimate certified. Get your steep and tall training. You know, these are things that are very, very important for you to get trained so that when you are writing on a resume or writing to those firms and the first thing they're going to ask you is, do you know how to use Xactimate? If you could pop out and say, yeah, I'm level 1 and level 2 certified, that's a big plus. Don't wait for the phone to ring. It's not going to ring, guys. As a brand new adjuster, they don't know you're there. So let's work on calling out first, calling those firms, getting listed on those rosters, calling them back and following up, doing everything that you can to get your name out. catadjuster.org, you can set up a profile. Put all your experience in there, whether it's training only, but that tells everybody on the world that you are ready to work and where you live. You can find work that way. I mentioned calling the firms. The firms are who you get work from. So I had a guy tell me one time he gets so many calls that literally within 30 seconds after hanging up the phone with me, he has forgotten me already. So stand out. Try to figure out a way that you can stand out as an adjuster, especially brand new. One of the tricks that I used was, hey, I'm willing to do anything that you have. If you want me to go to another state besides where I am, let me get the license and I'll be happy to go there. Boy, people were like, that's amazing, you're willing to go anywhere? But I didn't have to do that. I just made that aware to them that I was willing to do that. Now, I eventually did that later when I was really slow and looking for work. I did tell them I was willing to go anywhere, and they took me right to the town and took me and said, hey, please go here. I did it. It wasn't where I wanted to be, but I got in. So that's a great opportunity to get in, guys. And all the same, all the time, is be positive. Yes, it's going to be discouraging. You're going to get lots of no's. You're going to have lots of people saying, hey, we just don't have the work for you. I get it, but stay positive. One day somebody's going to say, yeah, we actually just had an opening. Can you handle this? And you're like, sure. So you'll be available and ready. All right. Hey guys, like and subscribe my videos. Please be sure to leave a comment in below. If you have any questions, I'll be there to help you. Number 3, are you slow right now and you wish you could find work? Well, stick around, we're going to talk about that. So first and foremost, the fall and the winter are slow times. That's just part of this business, guys. So keep that in mind. Don't be discouraged by the fall and winter. It's time for you to take a break. Sometimes summers can be so busy that you're like, boy, I need a break. And when fall and winter come, you're just ready for it. This is a normal part of adjusting. Slow times happen. These things go based on storms, based on the ebb and flow of people turning in claims. That's just part of the business. Make sure you plan ahead for the busy times and the slow times. Don't spend all your money during the busy times. Save it for those slow times. Put it in an account, knowing that the fall and winter and slow times are coming. You'll be more than prepared for it when it comes, and you won't be disappointed. During those slow times is the time to take vacations. Guys, just plan on it. Every year, you're going to be going somewhere during the fall and winter. Head to Florida where it's 70 degrees. I mean, come on, it's the best time to travel in the wintertime. So just plan for it. Get your home projects done. There's so many jobs around the house that we have to put off because we're so busy during the summer. So what a better time to do it is in the fall and the winter. And guys, spend time with those kids. I know they're in school, but goodness, wouldn't it be great if you could pick those kids up every day after school in the fall and winter? Those kids will love you, and you'll have time to go to the park, have time to go to their practices, their games, all the times in the world during the times that you are off and slow during the fall. It's the time to enjoy them. Don't miss out. So number 4, are you burnt out of being an adjuster? Guys who've been doing this a long time can get a little bit burnt out. You could always switch the type of insurance that you do. You don't only have to handle property and daily claims. There's tons of other stuff to do. So here's a list of things that you could do. You could work auto claims. Tons of work doing auto claims. And you could do that from a desk, or you could do that online, or you can do it from the field as well. Set it up, get the training, and you could do it. Add steep and tall training so that you can be a ladder assist. Hey, there's a lot of challenge to climbing these big roofs, and if you're good at it, you can make a little extra money on the side just to break up the monotony. You could also get flood trained, and then you could handle flood claims. Totally different than property. Everything's from the bottom up instead of the top down. So it's totally backwards. It'll keep you on your toes. You could work crop claims, C-R-O-P. Hey, when a hailstorm happens, there's all sorts of crops and people's livestock that gets damaged. When storms occur, there's still damage to these crops. They lose a lot of money. All the corn gets flattened by the wind or by the hail. So hey, this is a great opportunity to work into a different type of claim. You could also handle insurance appraisal claims. Hey, lots of work on that side too. Look into it. You might be surprised. Look at the sun in my head. And as promised, guys, we've got the bonus. The bonus is, hey, I'm going to start a membership program on my YouTube channel. Now, this is brand new for YouTube and it's brand new for me, so be patient. But we're going to have different tier levels of memberships that you can join on my channel, and they come with special perks. So the 3 types of adjuster memberships I'm going to have is something called Adjusters on Fire, Adjusters Pro, and Adjusters Elite. Okay, so the first one, Adjusters on Fire. Well, this will be meant for most people who want just a little bit extra beyond what my channel offers. And this is going to be for people who are really trying to learn some stuff. There's some great content, new teaching videos, things like that I'm going to keep only for those types of memberships. The Adjuster Pro is going to have specific benefits that the Adjuster on Fire is not going to have. You'll have things like early access to my videos. You'll have special training videos as well as just like the first tier. But you'll have all the benefits of the first tier as well as the second. You're going to have member shout outs. I'm going to be able to single out an adjuster that I feel like is really doing well. And believe it or not, as we move forward, there'll be stuff like on my Discord. People do come to this Discord and kind of follow who's on the Discord. So if a firm is out there investigating and they find out that there's an adjuster on fire who's doing a really great job, they're going to reach out to that person and potentially hire them. So there's lots of great perks to networking on this site. All right, and so there's going to be a lot more coming up, but I did want to talk a little bit about the Elite membership. That's going to include adjuster training videos that are only for this tier. I'm going to have training classes. I'm also going to have one-on-one Zoom calls for you guys to call up and we could talk face-to-face and you can ask me all your questions. So lots of opportunity. And eventually, guys, we are going to have an adjuster class. I am still trying to work through that to figure out how I could make this available for you guys to give you the best information, the best one-on-one information, and a very easy path for you to follow. So stick around. It's going to develop. It's going to grow. There'll be new stuff coming all the time, so stick around. Hey, and this is Daniel the Adjuster, here to help you become an adjuster. Stick around. Check out my other videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.